There are shows in this world that we will never fully understand, except Ghost Adventures. We have watched every episode to build our obsession, our fandom.
Watching alongside each other because no one we know really gives a damn. Watching Zach and crew catch groundbreaking proof of the paranormal, inspiring us to explore our own interest in otherworldly phenomena. This is our podcast. We are Paranormal Putas.
Yay!
Woo, 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 woo. We're back, baby. Hey.
Yes, we're back.
Hey,
back
everybody.
again.
Guess who's back? Tell a friend. It's
Zach Attack.
Yes, baby. We're back. And on a very special day, yeah?
Yay!
On a day full of love and celebration.
Laughter, crying,
Lots of crying and chocolate.
chocolat.
And if you're with a special someone, maybe a little love making. Bow, cha, cha, bow, wow. But today, we're here with you. So we want to say Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Hey.
Happy Valentine's Day, big sis.
Happy Valentine's Day.
I love you.
I love you more. Ooh, that's nice.
It's real sweet.
Very sweet. That HEB sangria just hits the spot.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, fucking HEB, no stow does mo.
But before we go any further, hey everybody, it's me, Leah.
And it's me, Bethany.
And if you didn't know, we're the Paranormal Putas. Boo, 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 boo. And we are coming back at ya, season 5. And baby, we're going live.
Oh, shit!
The pressure is real.
I was gonna say season 5, we're still fucking alive. Because it's been so long
It's been a long time
since we've recorded.
We
so.
shouldn't have left you
without a dope beat
to step 2.
I promise this isn't scripted. Oh, God. Because that would be embarrassing, actually. If we premeditated that as like the way to start. Oh, man.
Oh my goodness. Well, hey everybody, we missed you and we're very excited to be back. It's been a long time and there's a huge change for us this season. For our listeners that have been with us for a while, we're now going live and providing y'all a little video with our Ghost Adventures episodes. So
Hell yeah.
we're gonna rock on, baby. So now you will all get to see the madness that is happening
On our
as we
stupid faces. It's really our stupid faces. You'll get to laugh at those.
It's true, but we want y'all to have fun with us because we have fun doing this.
Yeah.
And that's what this is all about. So, baby, season 5, we are now live, and we are here to review our first episode of Ghost Adventures on Valentine's Day. I'm pumped. Like, I feel the love tonight.
Hell yeah. So season 5, episode 1, Ghost Adventures, is called Longfellow's Wayside Inn.
Hey.
And it aired on February 11th, 2011. For some reason, that really tripped me up.
It's that 11:11, baby. You're right where you need to be.
Angel numbers.
So let's jump into it. Let's talk about why we're at Longfellow Wayside Inn, shall we?
Hell yeah.
Why don't you do it, baby sister?
Oh, okay. So we're at Longfellow Wayside Inn because there is said to be a spirit of a woman named Jerusha who
Yes.
likes to do things to guys.
And that's really what brings the guys here. Yeah. Like this episode, the guys really just hone in on horny ghosts, baby. And Jerusha is apparently one of them. So Zach was like,
He's got to
Let's
go. He's got to go see it for himself.
let's do this.
But a little bit more about the Wayside Inn. It is in Sudbury, Massachusetts. and it is a historic landmark with one of the oldest inns in the country.
Whoa, that's really cool though, actually.
And it was operating as Howe's Tavern since 1716. Wow. So this baby is pretty old. It's been around for a little while. And it's haunted with haunted ghosts.
Oh, yeah. So as we mentioned, Zach is really, this is his focal point, right? It's their Valentine's Day special, which is also really nice. So, of course, here we are on Valentine's Day. We wanted to align with the guys and the energy that they brought for their season 5 kickoff. So hope y'all are enjoying this.
The ambiance.
The ambiance. But the guys are hanging out. It's really funny because the first part of this episode, they're sitting in Wayside Inn, really just kind of recapping all the like handsy ghosts that they've experienced over time. So it was really kind of funny. The first like maybe 15 minutes of this episode was just
man, it was like a good chunk of time that they're sitting in this restaurant in the inn. They're in the restaurant. And it's like this romantic setting. You know, the guys are
very
at a
sweet
table, and then like all these little couples are around them, and it's all very sweet and all this. Mm-hmm. And they're over here reminiscing about all the times that they were horned up on ghosts. They go back to, they flash back to the ancient Ram Inn, mm-hmm. which had one of my personal favorites, Bilbo Ramone, because he looks like a fucking hobbit in a leather jacket. I love him. He has a relationship with a succubus out there at the Ram Inn.
A real good relationship.
The Ram Inn. He's ramming ghosts at the Ram Inn. Oh God, I chortled. How embarrassing.
You're worse than Zach.
I am.
He was at the Ram Inn.
The Ram Inn.
But they also flash back to Birdcage,
yes,
which was a fun one because Zach was like super hyper focused in on apparently a naked ghost that pops in and out because that location was known for being a brothel back in the good old Western days. So a bunch of butt naked ghosts running around, and Zach was like ready for it, bro.
Yeah, wasn't he like on the bed like trying to like get a ghost to show up? I don't know. I don't remember. Maybe that was this episode. I know that was definitely this episode.
Oh yeah. He's always willing to lay down and, you know, spread eagle and wait for
the tingling between his legs. I forgot what it was. Oh, I think that was the Ancient Ram Inn episode when he had the tingling between his legs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll never forget.
Yeah.
But also in this half of the episode, which we thought was funny and interesting, was the guys spend a couple minutes kind of making fun of themselves. Like they share clips from Soups, like, oh God, back in the day. Like, did I say Soups?
From Soups.
From shows like The Soup or Chelsea Handler show, and they're sharing clips making fun of Zach and the crew and the things that they think that they're doing, and the guys share that with their audience, and it was just really kind of funny to see them poking fun at themselves in a way.
Yeah, I thought it was great. You know, keep you humble. And it was just interesting, like, to have like this little flashback episode. But to be honest, it made me nervous at first because, you know me, whenever they are dicking around too much in the pre-investigation, it makes me nervous that the actual investigation is going to be lackluster.
Yeah. And really this whole pre-investigation is really kind of a number of skits. They're sharing clips, and there's even a couple moments where Zach, because again, Jerusha really is the main character. Mm-hmm. She's main character energy. That's the whole reason they're at the Wayside Inn. And I guess a little bit more about Jerusha. She's just apparently the most beautiful girl in all the land.
In all Sudbury, Massachusetts. She's the prettiest girl.
And she fell in love with an English sailor, and he had to go back to the doing what sailors do.
He had to go back to sailing because he was a sailor.
Who knows? He probably just went to like the other side of town and never saw her again.
That's fucked
you
up.
know, like who really knows what he had to go do? Point is, he never came back. So Jerusha dies of a broken heart, never being with her one true love, which is sad.
Yeah.
But that's why she haunts this place, and that's why she's very focused on men visitors, and that's why the guys are really excited. So outside of that, the guys just kind of goof off pre-investigation.
Yeah, there's a lot of goofing off.
lot.
There's like, okay, Zach writes a poem to Jerusha for one, so we get that fantastic little bit, which we will read you the poem later. So hold on to your pants for that one.
Keep your pants on, baby.
And then, and the guys are just really immature in this episode.
Yeah.
Because it's like this whole Valentine's Day vibe, and Jerusha, you know, supposedly does things to men, as Zach says. And who were they talking to? I forgot the guy's name who was telling them the story of Jerusha, like who she was, and that she was in love with a seaman.
Yeah. And that took on a life of its fucking own.
Yes.
I don't remember his name, but he was kind of looking a little Stephen King in the face.
He was, yeah.
Yeah, right?
Well, you
A
know,
little.
it's those like Maine, Massachusetts,
yeah.
Vermont.
Yeah, he had that shaped head and like those big buggy eyes, like it was weird. But that's fair, you know. Yeah, he's just of the area.
Yes,
and he
the way
very-
we are very Texan with our big noses and wide faces. Everything's bigger in Texas, baby.
Boo, 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 boo.
Anyways,
Anyway, so Zach's doing, he's talking to that guy, but like you said, he writes poetry for Jerusha. There's even a point where he like walks in to Longfellow Wayside Inn and he walks up to the camera. He's wearing a fitted sateen jacket. He's looking very sharp, and he walks up, looks us straight in the eyes with his sparkly baby blues, pulls out a rose. Oh look,
you got roses.
Oh look, I got one in front of me. And he goes, like this? Boys, ladies, as I point our rose to the camera that now sits in front of our faces. But no, he was really theatrical throughout all this and being super like lovey-dovey in the only way Zach knows how. So it was cool.
for sure. And that's pretty much it. That was the whole pre-investigation.
Yeah, man.
And it didn't even really feel like an investigation. It was just a bunch of stupid jokes and poetry, and then them doing the flashback clips. And we got like 2 stories about Jerusha. That's about it.
It really was like a box of chocolates, you know? You just never knew what you were going to get. It was good stuff. But yeah, that's it, pre-investigation, baby. So you know what time it is. And if you don't, you're about to find out.
Honorable haunts and skimpy scares.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. It's my favorite time. It's one of my favorite times. The whole time's my favorite time.
Yeah.
But I'll go ahead and kick us off. Honorable haunts and skimpy scares. You know how we do. We start with the skimpy, save the honorables for last because they juicy. But what I made note of, what I first noticed is the guys don't do this every episode, but they took the time to kind of show us the equipment that they were going to be using throughout the investigation, which I think is really cool. I enjoy hearing, oh, we're going to be using the PX, we're going to be using the thermal, we're going to use whatever it was, right? Like, so I appreciate them taking the time to let us know how they're going to try to capture evidence of Jerusha and any other spirits. So I definitely made a note of that. It's not honorable, it's not skimpy, it's just something investigation that I made note of. My first kind of skimpy really doesn't even have anything to do again with a ghost or an investigation. But Billy Tully's in the house, everybody, and he is chilling. He's hanging out. He's now a part of the crew, kind of as like a part-time AV dude.
Oh yeah, yes.
He's kind of in and out. We don't see Billy all the time in these episodes. But what I made note of and what was skimpy to me, or I guess just really kind of funny, is that Billy's hanging out in like this white van with no windows, and he's got like this little like 18-inch monitor TV, and he's like, I'm here in Nerve Center, like gonna hold it down. And I was like, that's Nerve Center?
Yeah.
Like it's
straight up a kidnapper van and a tiny TV is
Yeah.
Nerve Center. And it's so awesome because it's like, even though this is season 5 for them and they're on the fucking Travel Channel, their budget is still very small.
So small, and it's so cool to see the glow up. Because
Yes.
now, if you're a fan like us and you're still watching Ghost Adventures, you know that their nerve center now is like a fucking RV.
yes.
Like it's huge, and they got all these monitors, all these things, and it's just crazy. So it was really cool to see that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, and we're doing this chronological, huh?
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of going to go in order, so...
So then my real first skimpy regarding the investigation, the guys are in Wayside Inn, and they hear a door slam. Now this does get captured on audio, so you're probably asking me, why is it skimpy? You know, why? You hear it, but there's no additional supporting evidence. Like the temperature doesn't change. We don't capture any energy on the EMF. We don't capture anything on EVP. And it's an old ass house. This thing was built in the 1700s. Like it's old. For all we know, it's creaky floors and doors and all kinds of stuff. So for me, I put it as a skimpy. So was it really a ghost, or is it just an old ass fucking inn? You know?
Boo knows.
Only Boo knows.
No, remember Casper?
Oh yeah. Oh,
The woman, she goes, because they're talking about ghosts, and instead of saying who knows, she goes, Boo knows.
I do remember that. Yes, because that's the interview that
Yeah.
Casper's watching. To
Yeah,
get
yeah, to
Christina
get-
Ricci at the house.
Yes.
I do remember. Which is such a weird interview if you think about it. Like,
Yeah,
anyway.
what the fuck was that about?
What was that about?
Anyways.
Any hoots. My next skimpy scare happens. The guys are hanging out in the same area. They're right by the main staircase of Wayside, and Zach looks up and he claims to see like a flowy white dress or a flowy white figure at the top of the stairs, which I believe him, sure, but again, we didn't see it. We didn't capture it. There was nothing to support a shift in the energy due to a spirit being in the area. So I was just like, I don't know, man, kind of skimpy. So
Yeah, for sure. Because, yeah, we didn't see it.
So what can we say?
Who knows? So my first skimpy, and actually my only like real skimpy, is Zach is in one of Jerusha's rooms. I forgot if we mentioned this or not, but she kind of hangs out in rooms 9 and 10. And
yeah.
Zach is in there in one of the rooms laying around, and so I can't focus. So Zach is laying around in one of the rooms, and he feels 2 taps on his leg.
What's that?
And he's like, Jerusha, is that you, Jerusha? I felt 2 taps on my leg.
I'm like, that's cool and all, and I totally believe you, but as a viewer, it's like,
Yeah, no.
I can't verify that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it skips for me.
Skimpy McSkimpison.
And then after that, I have kind of like a skimpy / honorable. So I got like a little segue coming in, a
piece.
transition. Talking about that dress that you mentioned,
Yes.
he says he saw a white dress, right? Well, later on, they capture on an infrared picture a white dress. But it's super grainy, and Zach has to like tell you where to look to see it. He's like, you can see the shoulders and the skirt or whatever. And it's just so grainy. I mean, like, it's cool that they got something, yes, but it's just like so hard to see. And that's what you're showing me, just kind of tells me that like you didn't get too much great shit for this investigation, you know?
No, totally agree. Like, you're forcing me to try to see a figure in a sea full of static. And it's like one of those puzzles where you got to try to find the image and all the bullshit.
I have never succeeded at one of those.
Neither have I.
Let me tell you.
It's like the dude in Clerks who's standing there the whole. Is it? Oh, Mallrats.
Mallrats,
Mallrats.
yeah.
He's standing there the whole time, and
Everyone's
comes
like,
up.
it's a ship
It's
or
a
whatever.
sailboat.
Yeah, it's a sailboat. Yeah. That's me. I'm that guy who never saw the sailboat. What the fuck you're talking about, a sailboat?
When the fuck did we get ice cream?
Oh my god. I was thinking about that movie the other day.
Well, that's a really good transition piece. So then I'll hop in with one of my first honorables. Excuse me. It's going to be Zach on the stairs doing an EVP session. And he's asking, like, hey, do you see us? Are we here? Like, who's here? He's just throwing out his random kind of questions. And we get an EVP response. And this girl sounds straight country. And she goes, it's a woman voice. And she goes, they look strong.
She did sound real country.
And I just love it because Zach's there, like, looking ripped in his thermal, and he's like, "Hey, are you here?" And she's like, "Wow, they look strong.
They look strong."
Wow. Which is really cool, man. This ghost is fucking perceptive as fuck.
Yeah, that is one thing for sure, is that they do get some good, intelligent response in this episode.
For sure. So that was one of my firsts.
One of mine was when Zach, again, laying around trying to talk to Jerusha, asks what would happen if Nick were to lay down. Because, well, shit, we should redo this. You should do the first one. You should do the tickle, and then I can do, because tickle comes first.
Where's the tickle?
It's right under the first one you read.
Oh, okay. So Zach is hanging out. Like, redo the whole thing?
No, just start.
My next. Okay. So my next honorable haunt is Zach hanging out on Jerusha's bed, and he's hanging out in the room, and the guys capture an EVP that says "gentle lay," which is pretty great. Especially because Zach takes it to that next fucking level. He's like, "Gentle lay." Like, what do you mean?
Nothing, Zach.
He's ready
Nothing.
to, like, rip his pants off.
For real.
And I was ready for it.
Oh my God.
But it was really funny for Zach to do that. But what's really cool is the PX, excuse me, because that's what they're using.
Yeah, continues, the PX device.
Yes, continues to capture audio evidence. So Zach asks, if I lay down, what are you gonna do to me? And the response that they get is tickle. Tickle. And I love it. And I got real jealous. And I said, oh my God, he's going to lay down. And Jerusha's going to get to tickle him. And I'm so sad about it. Oh my God, no. And it was really cool because then he asks, oh no, was that it?
Oh, yeah, no. That was it. And then I come in with the next one.
Boom.
Sorry. Yeah, that was awesome. And that leads us into my first real honorable haunt. Was Zach asks Jerusha after getting the tickle EVP, he was like, what would happen if Nick lays down? And they got the EVP that said, affair. Which again is super perceptive, super intelligent, because Nick is the only one that's married of the crew at this point. And yeah, and she said that she'd have an affair with him. It would be a legit affair. So,
which is crazy to me because it's like, why you want to have an affair with Nick and just tickle Zach?
Yeah,
like that doesn't make sense to me.
Also, Nick is the married one, lady. Come on now, Come on. Maybe she's just jealous.
Oh, maybe like
she never got married.
Yeah, man, she just wants a husband.
That's sad. I'm sorry.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Let's see here. My next honorable is another EVP where Zach again is asking the spirits or talking to Jerusha and trying to get a response. And at some point he asks pretty much like, do you know who I am? Or do you know who's here? And the EVP response is, Zach's here. Zach's here. Ooh. Hey, Zach's here.
That's spooky.
Which I think is really cool. I love when the spirits acknowledge their names, say their names in some way. And again, it's super intelligent. It's saying Zach is here. Like, they know what's up. And that's really cool.
Yes, that is. My next honorable haunt was Zach. I feel like all of these happened when Zach was laying in that damn bed. He gets an EVP of a man and a woman talking. And it sounds like a guy says, got your thing here. Ooh. Behind you. And then there's like a woman screaming. What? And that was pretty wild.
Yes, I agree. And the rest of these are yours, so I'm just going to kick back and drink my wine.
Balls. Let's see here. I've got one.
Do you?
Sorry, I was trying to remember it. All right, so my next one is Zach again talking to Jerusha. He's like, is that you, Jerusha? But then they get an EVP that says, what do you want from me? In a male voice. And then there's like an undescript back and forth between two voices. So you're like, Like, so like they're having a conversation, but it's just not audible. But it was a cool EVP, that's for sure.
What do you want from me?
What do you want from me? I was thinking that too when I read that. Like, that popped in my brain.
I can't help it.
So then later on, we're finally with Aaron in a room. I think he was in room 9. Zach was in room 10 at this point. And Zach brought a bunch of Valentine's accoutrements for Jerusha.
Like Voldemort.
Accoutrement!
I love it.
So Zach brought like boxes of chocolate, some flowers, bullshit, whatever, right? For like offerings for her. So Nick takes, not Nick. So Aaron takes some of that, and he goes to room 9, and he's trying to capture like, audio of Jerusha and stuff. And he captures an EVP where you hear someone say, "Just let me tell you something." Spooky.
That is spooky. What are you going to tell me?
I know.
What
do you want from me? Just tell me. I don't know how the rest of that song goes, honestly.
That's the only line I know.
That's the only line I know. I don't know what it sounds like after that. I don't know what it does. So I don't know how to make up words because I don't know what the beat or melody is. Like, but that was pretty much it. After that, that's the investigation. Sun comes up, whatever. But they sit down and they talk about, the investigation. And Zach says that he's going to stay another night in room 9, but he's like, no cameras this time. Ooh. So we don't know what the fuck happened. Like, they didn't record it, and he didn't like recap it. Yeah. So I doubt anything happened if he didn't,
take the time. Share. Yeah. But he did leave a letter. Yeah.
Yeah, he did. We got to go find it and see what it says.
That would be really cool. Like, in my mind, like, I hope that they took his letter, framed it, put it on the wall so everybody could easily see it.
Yes, me too.
Because, like, in this room, did we mention the letters? I can't remember if we mentioned the letters.
I don't think we did. Sorry.
Blame it on the wine.
So apparently people write letters to Jerusha, like the people that stay in rooms 9 and 10 will sometimes leave her a letter after they've stayed, or they just write letters to her. And there's a huge trunk of them. So apparently Zach left one in that huge trunk of like fucking thousands of letters. And you best believe I would totally dig through it to find it. But yeah, I would hope that, like you said, that they framed it or something so everyone can see it and enjoy it and be like, oh my God, Zach was here.
Yeah, man. It's fucking Zach Boggins. Love him or hate him, he's still an obsession. Oh man, but that's it for the that's it for the haunts.
Well, I mean, that is for the history and the haunts and the skimpies.
So you know what time it is, baby.
Time for our next segment. Zach's Fashion for Us!
I love how fucking like epic that fucking intro
that's a really good one. I'm proud of that
that's
one.
So
like,
good, yeah.
We change these sounds all the time, and that's probably one of my favorites right now.
Oh yeah, it'll probably be around for a little while. But let's get into it, Zaddy, and what he was wearing. And honestly, I didn't take a lot of notes, man, because he was looking tight in just about every shot we had of him. He's wearing fitted button downs, he's wearing fitted thermals, and he really just looks scrumptious-diddly-umptious, finger-licking good. I mean, even the ghost said it. They look strong.
Oh, yeah, they look strong.
They look
Because he was wearing them tight shorts, showing off his muscles.
Gotta get a bite of that, baby. And of course, he was rocking his standard belt buckle.
Yeah,
his
the independent belt buckle. Kind of a little bedazzled, a little extra, a little Vegas flair, you know.
But he didn't do anything like crazy accessories or anything along those lines, which I also thought was interesting because it's a Valentine's Day special. So I'm surprised he didn't kind of go a little more cheeseball with some of his looks. But but no, he kept it pretty right, kept it pretty tight. I did make note of his silver thumb rings, and it made me excited because I wear a silver thumb ring.
Do you?
Yeah, and I thought that made us like connected in some way. Like I tapped into like my 9-year-old self, and I was like, oh my god, we're soulmates.
It was the outcome on our MASH, and that you're gonna marry Zach Bagans, have 20 kids, and live in a shack.
Ooh, baby, love shack. I do it. But I see you have a couple notes in regards to his fashion.
Yeah, man, I loved that satin jacket, bruh.
Mm-hmm.
That was such a good looking jacket. He looked great. I mean, shit, man, I wish I looked that great in a satin jacket.
Dang, smooth like butter.
It was great.
Like butter.
And then one of my personal faves, when they were talking and you see like, you know, they're sitting in these chairs and you can see his shoes, he was wearing Chucks with red stitching. Ooh. So it had like that cute little Valentine's hit, you know, the little hit of red.
I like that.
And I loved that. I thought those were super cute, and I totes want some. And that was really it for me with Zach.
Yeah. But big butt.
So Zach was looking great this episode. So there's really no like, you know, in this one. But Billy, on the other hand, there's a little he had like this little mohawk going on, and mohawks are usually really cool, but this one wasn't too good. I'm Billy. Sorry, Billy. I'm sorry. I love you, but it didn't suit you.
Yeah.
And then he had like this little tiny soul patch. I fucking hate soul patches and goatees. Like, just shave it off. It looks like you missed a part, like a little, just a little piece, just a little doop, just like a little. It's like smaller than a fucking penny. Like, what is the point of it being there? I don't understand. I don't get the science behind the goatee. I mean, I understand facial hair,
but that was bad.
That little soul patch.
That little soul patch. That little lip scratcher.
I don't get it.
It's ridiculous.
So, Billy, I'm sorry. That was not a great episode fashion wise.
Not at all. I agree. He looked what? He just looked bad.
He did not look scrumdiddly-umch.
Whatever the opposite of that is, gross diddly-o.
Gross. That sounds gross. That sounds really gross. I don't know what that is.
Sounds slimy.
I don't like this.
Sorry, I'm spiraling. But that's it for the fashion faux pas.
Let's get the fuck out of here. Oh. Zany Zaddy says,
what? Holy shit.
hell yes. This is my personal favorite segment every time. Every time.
So good. So it's time for a little Zany Zaddy Says. And with this episode being so focused on horny ghosts, there's a lot of Zaddy Says here. One of the first ones here, I will go ahead and start for the Zany Zaddies. The guys are just hanging out at the table. And like we kind of mentioned earlier, this is where they're sitting, sharing past experiences, all that good stuff. And Zach comes in or he's sitting there and he goes,
"This does not look right, and I do not feel comfortable sitting here."
Yeah, like what the fuck? Come on, Zach. Be a grown up. Like, you're hanging out with your dudes. Quit sounding so homophobic. Like,
Just chill.
You're just friends. We all know, Zach. You're just friends with Nick and Aaron. We're not gonna assume just because you're sitting at a table on Valentine's Day with them.
Right.
Like, why do you gotta be uncomfortable? Why you gotta be uncomfortable? I don't get it.
It didn't make any sense, but he said it, so we had to.
Yeah, it was just so Zach. It was so fucking macho Camacho Zach. It's perfect.
Oh my goodness. What's next?
So one of my favorites, I mean, I fucking love these. Like Leah said, it's all about horny ghosts, right? So they're reminiscing, in the pre-investigation about their time at the Ancient Ram Inn, where Zach had an incident with a succubus, but he was calling it an incubus. And an incubus is a male sexual ghost, and the succubus is a female. And he says,
How do you really know if it's a guy or girl ghost? I'm being serious.
Which I guess is fair. I mean, I don't know if you would feel like the features of a ghost,
or maybe you would see it a little bit, just like a little like wisp of a shape,
like a boob,
or is it like wearing a hat or something? I don't know. So yeah, I guess Zach's right. How do you know?
I think it'd have to be on the caress, like if you get like one of these across the face, maybe it's like,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Be
that
anyone.
could be a man or
That
a
could
woman.
be anyone.
Damn, I thought I was onto something.
No, it's the wine.
Well, let's move it on, shall we? The next one Zach gets is him hanging out in Jerusha's bed. Oh, actually, they're hanging out in Jerusha's room, and he's interviewing a guy who has stayed there. And the guy is telling his stories, and Zach replies with, "She crawls in the bed with a guy and does stuff."
Yeah. When he's like going into this interview, it's so ridiculous.
Like, what stuff are we talking about, Zach?
Yeah, for real, man.
Say what you want to say, bro. But I love it.
Also, while talking to that guy, so this guy is a visitor to the Wayside, right? Like, he stayed there before with his wife, and him and his wife actually have plans to stay there again. And this guy kind of makes a joke about his wife, and Jerusha having a little menage a trois.
Oh.
And fucking Zach goes,
That's what I'm talking about.
he's like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Zach is just like, his spectrophilia is off the charts.
Oh, yeah.
Off the charts
Oh, yeah.
this episode.
Oh, yeah. He's boned up. Oh, my God. But in that same moment, he sits there asking the guy, right? Like,
Yeah.
Are there single guys with a phantom fetish?
Yeah, what the fuck?
like he's wondering that, right?
And it's like, look in the mirror, Zach.
yeah, right. Take a look, bro.
Look in the mirror.
It's you, homie.
Because we're looking at him. We're looking at him.
Oh my goodness, the next one.
No, I'm going to move it down.
Oh,
Sorry.
that's all right.
All right. So let's see.
Yeah.
Okay. I did this one last time. I want to do it again, and then you can do the other one, and then, yeah.
Okay.
Let's go. All right. So right before they start the investigation, when they're sitting in this little table, Zach gets up and announces to everyone in this little fake restaurant, he says, about Jerusha, of course, he says,
She's a beautiful woman, and that's who I'm gonna hook up with.
and then he like walks off. And it's like, bro, did you have to like scream that to everybody? Like, I mean, it's obviously super scripted. This is a room full of actors. It's not like he actually said that to a room full of like hotel goers and visitors and tourists and shit. But it was just so weird. I don't know. But also, you know, he just announced he wants to hook up with a ghost to this entire room.
Yeah. Which is ballsy if you think about it. Like, and I don't know if it's like Zach, like, is he really horned up for ghosts? Or can we say he's simply building his credibility? The only way he can really know if ghosts exist is if he bangs one.
Or that's a whole area of study. So he's just trying to, like, you know, cover his bases.
Getting his master's or doctorate in fucking ghost banging dope. Dude, you know, it's going to be a good time.
Yes.
But that was really funny. And yes, to Bethany's point, also really weird. But he goes on to say things about Jerusha, like, if she wants love, we'll give it to her.
Yeah.
Which just sounds very creepy. Like, we'll give it to her? Mm-hmm. Like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, ghost gangbang?
Yeah. He's like, all of us?
Like, right, for real. Like, what are
I
you
mean,
saying?
he was excited about that menage a trois.
That's true. Zaddy's a little freak.
My lord.
Oh.
I feel like we're reading psychologically really deeply into this.
We are, and I love it.
I mean, it is a Valentine's episode, so it makes sense, you know. We're really digging deep here.
Oh, yeah. Let's see, what else do we have? Because we got a couple more.
Yeah, we do. I did the poem last time. Do you want me to do it again this time, or do you want me to swap?
No, you can do it
I
again.
want the poem to be the last thing, though.
Okay, well, I'll just do this one. And I want to do this one because it was hilarious. Zach is talking to who I referenced as like a bootleg Stephen King out in the courtyard. And he's telling Zach and the crew how Jerusha fell in love with an English seaman. And Zach's like, a seaman? Fell in love with a seaman? Seaman?
He does do that.
Seaman?
He does do that. He's like, man. And this guy straight up looks at all three of them and he's like, where are y'all from? Because they are just like seriously giggling
Fucking
at this whole semen thing.
I love it.
And it's to the point where like the guy is like, we can just say sailor then. Like, you obviously are too immature and you can't handle it. We're just going to say sailor.
Oh, man. That was good. That was one of my favorites.
Yeah, it was so crazy. Like, they seriously spent like a good, 3 minutes laughing at that shit. Like,
yeah, it was good.
But here we are. The piece de resistance. Yeah, you're gonna need a drink for this one. Mm-hmm. It's Zach's poem, as promised.
Woo-hoo. Let's go.
So Zach wrote a poem for Jerusha, and here's how it goes.
You're like the sunshine of my eyes, 'cause when I look at you, I am surprised. Your smile glows like snow.
And then he stops there. Like, that's it. He stops at the fucking snow, and then he starts to, like, get mad at himself. He's like, it's so stupid, Jack. It's so stupid.
I'm going to challenge you, Miss English teacher over here.
Oh, God.
How would you finish that poem?
Oh, I'd throw it away. It's not good.
No, you got it. After like snow, where would you go?
Your heart, it glows. But then that's glow and glows. Your smile glows like snow.
Are we gonna
Where
bang?
are you at? Who knows? Oh, yeah. Are we going to bang? Who knows?
Crushed it. I knew you had it in you.
Oh, Lord.
But that's it for the Zany Zadi.
Yeah, that was a really great like episode to pull quotes from.
Yeah, it was fun.
Because it was just so ridiculous. My Lord.
It was good.
But another moment worth just like noting is that after Zach reads this poem, he fucking falls like right on his ass. Because they're in Massachusetts. It is February. And it's like, you know, snowy and icy and shit. And he's out there reading a poem, not watching where he's going. And he fucking what? And I really appreciate that the editors rolled that clip multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
Like they slowed it down
It was great. Like 5 different times we saw Zach bust his ass.
It was good. It was worth it. It was great. It was great. I guess love hurts, huh?
You're good. You're good, man. You're good.
Anyways, let's get out of here.
Oh, yeah. But we have a little treat because we don't get to use this segment often. But we got a little Valentine's Day attack.
Zach attack.
Oh, yeah. We got a Zach attack for you. And this is really just to highlight any moment where Zach is a fucking super douchebag to anybody on the cast, the crew, the spirits, anybody around.
Whatever, yeah.
Whoever he wants to be a D-bag to, right? And in this episode, his choice of victim is Aaron Goodwin.
Who is often his victim for Zach attacks.
It's true. I guess realistically, we could probably have a Zach attack every episode because he's always coming after Aaron in some way. But in this way specifically, he's coming after his looks.
Yeah.
You know?
Again, as usual.
As usual. That's all he's got, you know? So Zach's talking about Jerusha and who she's going to pick and all this kind of stuff and the guys and who she's going to be in love with. And he looks Aaron dead in the face. And he goes, "You're not going to compete against me." And I'm like, what?
Yeah, man.
What?
There was some real competition.
Real competition. So, of course, Zaddy thinks that he's the grade A fucking man
Top
meat.
choice meat.
And I'm going to have to agree with him.
Just want to take a bite out of that thing.
If you know, you know. But that's it, man. That's the history, the haunts, the fashions, the zaddies, and the attacks. So, baby, it's time to give it some claws. How many claws you giving this?
For this one,
Yeah.
I'm going to give it 3 claws.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's not too shabby.
No, it's not bad. It's not like super great. It wasn't fucking awful. It was super entertaining. It was a great time. The evidence was all right. But it was also kind of a weird episode because this had like a different, I don't know, like format or like, I don't, because they had like the flashback clips and, you know, they had like the whole scripted thing going on. But I mean, it was their Valentine's special. So, I mean, I guess it makes sense. They tried to make it a little different. But yeah, I mean, overall, it was an entertaining episode. So I gave it 3.
All right. I can respect it for a lot of the same reasons. But I went 3.5. 3.5. I went 3.5 on this, baby. Because I think to your points, too, it's a different format. The guys are doing something kind of different to kick off their season. And hey, so are we.
Oh, yeah, we are.
So I give it a 0.5 for us.
So it's really us. Oh, my Lord.
Hey, baby, if you can't love yourself, how you going to love somebody else? So this Valentine's Day special, I give us a 3.5.
No, I mean, that's cool because, yeah, we always seem to fall in line with the guys. And I think that's really like, I don't know, would that be serendipitous? I don't know.
I think so, yeah.
I really don't. I'm not quite too sure.
It's not like we don't plan that. It just kind of happens that way. So we'll see how the rest of this goes, but that's it for season 5, episode 1.
Yep, that is it.
Holy shit, bro.
Wow.
I'm freaking out about it.
It's all good. It's all good. Quit sweating. I can smell you. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I think I need a cleanse.
I think so too. But, you know, this season, we've invited our friend Tiff to come do this cleansing.
Give me the power, I beg of you. Give me the power, I beg of you. L'envoi monsieur de Poicherio, ce soir Etienne Bois de Mort. Allez, doué,
Wake! Take a big deep breath in. Release that baby out. And I hope our friend Tiff awakened a little light in your life.
Or a serial killer and a doll near you. Oh man, what a hoot. This season's gonna be a wild, interesting ride. And we're glad to have you back, everybody.
It's gonna be a whopper. Thank you so much for joining us on this fantabulous Valentine's Day.
We love you.
We love you.
Per usual.
As per usual.
I'm Leah.
And I'm Bethany.
And we're signing off.
Sorry, I just blanked out. You want to do it again?
Yes.
But as per usual.
I'm Leah.
And I'm Bethany. And we're signing off with... Wait, two besitos?
Yeah.
Oh, God. I don't know my lines.
We've only been doing it for 3 years.
I forgot my lines! Line!
Our viewers are going to love this.
All right. One more time. 3 times a charm. But as per usual.
I'm Leah.
And I'm Bethany. Do you want to get? Let's do it again one more time.
Okay, we got this. Go.
As per usual.
I'm Leah.
And I'm Bethany. And we're signing off with two besitos.
From these patitos. Love ya.
Ha ha ha.